Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and the coronavirus has really wreaked havoc on a lot of folks' mental health. There's no question about it, from children to adults. So I want to dive deeper into that topic today. And we've got Dr. Mark Kreuzer, who's a child and adolescent psychiatrist with KVC Kentucky. Dr. Kreuzer, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So this whole isolation, quarantine, that can really do a number on kids. And there's probably a lot of people that say, hey, it's like summertime. They don't have school or this or that. But truly, it has a different impact on them mentally.
Well, yeah. I think there was a brief period where they were kind of a little excited for a moment, but still a little nervous. But after that, the vast majority of folks I speak with, the kids really do miss the routines of being at school. They feel like they do miss the teachers. They miss seeing their friends. I've got so many of them. The developmental stage involves developing these peer relationships, and they're missing that, and that's really tough for them.
Are there things as parents that we can do to sort of look out for signs or make sure that we're doing the right things to keep them engaged?
Some of the things I usually recommend to folks are make sure that, as best you can, especially during the school year part, maintain a routine and make sure that they get take care of their self-care. That includes getting adequate sleep, getting physical activity, especially with these kids. A lot of them are cooped up in home, inside the house all the time. So just getting some physical activity is a really big deal. A lot of these kids depend on the stability of a routine, and when that gets disrupted, they get more anxious. They might respond with their anxiety by getting more frustrated and even agitated a little bit there. So just being patient with them too, that's real important. But the routines, the activity, and being open and supportive. A lot of times I heard something the other day about parents worried about if they get stressed out, because everybody's stressed out with this, jobs, finances, loved ones who are ill. So it's don't be surprised if you get stressed out, and your kids will end up seeing some of it. But try to stay on top of it. And one of the best things is if the kids can see you getting the help you need and addressing it, that actually models for them seeking help, even talking to you, the parent, if they're feeling overwhelmed too.
Are there certain things that we can notice in our kids? Maybe it being, I have a teenager, so he loves to sleep all day and be up all night kind of stuff. Are there things that we can be looking for in our kids to see if maybe they are struggling more than the average child?
One of the basic things I look for is make sure that they're functioning. If a kid stops having interest in other interacting with other kids, that's a problem. If they suddenly drop off on their ability to do their schoolwork type stuff, if they are becoming more isolated amongst themselves, teenagers, they need a little bit of space, but they still interact usually with family members and such. And if they're really overwhelmed and getting tearful and upset a whole lot, that might be a sign that they might need some help. And certainly, if you're finding signs of, in some cases, they act out physically. If they're getting really, rough with that, obviously that's a sign you need some help with stuff. And also, if they start talking like they're feeling better off dead or overwhelmed like that.
Now, you're doing a lot of telemedicine appointments. How could someone reach out to you?
Well, there's a lot of places that are doing it. I'm with KVC. We're still open. A lot of these places are KVC. There's like there's a phone number, 254-1035, and a website, and they're still taking referrals and folks. They do a lot of therapy, which in times like this, while I prescribe medications for some, right now there's a lot of stress involved, and getting the therapy, getting guidance about how to handle the changes and such, and cognitive interventions to help with processing stressors is real important. So they provide a lot of therapy, and then when there's other issues that needs more than the therapy, they come into folks like me, a nurse practitioner, to come up with other ideas to help out.
All right, Dr. Mark Kreuzer, thank you so much for your insights. We'll take care of our kiddos. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the show. Take care.
All right, Dr. Mark Kreuzer with KVC Kentucky. More Hey Kentucky is right after this.